We will very soon because the action's already in and the contact's already there.
Right out the gate. Just a few seconds into the round now, we already see this battle towards mid trying to get out. They get the salvo into vents and Rossi finds himself down, so that it gets a little quieter here with the comms down, but Demon 1 still up, looking to play sight and sight to call each other over as MIBR. They can pretty much just walk in wherever they want now as a death ball.
Tried it as a walk down contact for LEVIATÁN to start, and they were matched up by a lot of util to oppose from MIBR as well as it swings out. So now that MIBR comes out on top, though, you see how the defense is kind of thinned out from LEVIATÁN. You have no choice but to play a 1-1 scenario on both sides, and one has to be risky. So thankfully, Calm is actually finding out that the push is coming in from A into A, and Demon 1 could potentially be ready to stall for a bit because of this paranoia, or thanks to this paranoia, and maybe they could get something done.
About to throw a smoke at least for a delay. And he's going to find out real fast. It'll be a good high ground here coming in for Calm. So if Demon 1 can stay alive a little bit longer, runs right to elbow, gets one. That's a second for Calm. You called it. They just delay enough, and that's going to be the drop in. Cortezia does find Calm. Go button, almost spams through the smoke. Going to look for safety again as he fakes the rope out. The team's not really able to follow up, but Lev is. They push back very hard. Tax and Demon 1 collecting a few of their own kills here as they have a great hold and an understanding of MIBR's strat on this round.
That was such a fast rotate. There's already 5 players within the sight of B here. As LEVIATÁN now are just going to try to slow things down for a bit. MIBR, knowing that they're in a losing scenario at least, tries to add a little bit more into the later rounds. Picking up this orb for Artazine, waiting for the second wave here, the fault line to come back potentially to try to re-hit. But you need some hero plays coming out, and thankfully you have Cortezia that's inserted and trying to punish on an overextension, but King wins that fight from backside.
And that's going to be Rossi taking a little bit more pressure, loses that one against Shenum though. 5 HP, a lot to ask here. Just going to be able to dodge out a few. So they know his location, a nice retaliation at B from Lev on this round. Should see Shenum going down here soon as he gives Calm a little bit of trouble in that instance. And there's the 3 just staring up.
But it doesn't seem to be the case.
Oh, what a risky spot. Little one and done. Almost gets a collide on that second, but they have a nice far swing. Inside sight already, however. Rossi and Tex want to take position right near each other on the bottom side of the site. They do not want to give up any ground here.
Cortezia lurk here on the 1v1.
Always lurking. We saw it at A. Now we'll see it towards mid. How much of a kingpin is he going to be? Takes out Calm from the top side. Rossi has to look up, and that's when Shenum peaks. The teamwork.
Crash has been perfect. The read's been good for King. There's the first contact, but unfortunately Demon 1 falls.
1 for 1. Cosmic Divide goes in. You still have all the initiator utility to make sure the sight hit feels good. Armageddon's there for Verno. Well, they don't like how quiet it got so quick, actually.
Yeah.
They back off so Mail Rune can start creeping in.
And you still have a double lurk from the rookies here of both Cortezia and Shenum trying to close that gap. Splitting up the defense too. This might work now for MIBR.
Off position. They couldn't follow up quickly on the Armageddon. King's going to go ahead and get a 4. Shenum's now going to push forward. We saw him just on the edge. King gets 1. Gate crash isn't going to bring him too far back. So now MIBR knows they have time to work. It's watching Lev formulate the protocol here to get back into sight. It looks like they're going to give King screens, and everybody's going to work somewhere towards ramp.
I like that they're fighting back, though.
Cortezia and Verno insta headshots coming through there. A nice retaliation as the utility finally comes through for the side of LEVIATÁN, but can they continue to follow this up? The Rolling Thunder hits now from Rossi. He gets a 3K. Verno's trying to hide, blind to all high heaven, and Demon 1.
Retake even harder.
Yeah.
Trying to retake with a 2 HP op. Crossbar's already set up.
Screens pushing in now. They're kind of creating that ramp distraction, but it looks like MIBR has their eyes ready, set on the prize. 10 HP for Artson, though. This is a tough task to ask. Shenum now just out of position. The rest of the team on ramp. Like you said, it's going to be tough. Lev now has the sight, and they flip the script on this. Calm with a 3K.
No time.
That's no defuse, though. Nice delay. Great job by MIBR. You thought that there'd be a quick push mid. Eyes already from Shenum looking back. King's push up. That has no effect this round as Cortezia comes up big. And that's the activation button for the side of B as well. Armageddon across 3 members of LEVIATÁN and back of sight. Oh, Tex somehow gets in front of that one and shuts Aspas down.
And one little thing is just that smoke that didn't allow MIBR to go in. Armageddon kind of split them across, but they still found safe haven, safe passage to even trade out their opponent, or their teammates rather. Making sure they avenge King that died towards the A side and now just resets the round. But the more that we reset here is the second wave of util, the second hit from MIBR, and it looks like they want to re-hit towards this B site, just waiting on, once again, Verno and Artazine, because they don't have flashes to move inside the site this time around.
Quick kill from Demon1. Yesterday we saw a lot of our Vipers put in the orb there, so that hold wasn't possible, but also the retaliation here from Cortezia gets one, and Tex is thinking about everything right now. Switches the angle in an instant and takes another head from MIBR. 3 in the site alone for B, and now Verno calling the shots for himself.
And the recall just to force the hand.
Ooh.
It actually catches Aspas.
What a combo. What a follow-up. Tex with another 3K6 just in a recent amount of time here between the 2 rounds. And Shenum finally answers back, but not long for this world as the utility continues to pile in and MIBR have nowhere to hide.
Seems like Leviatán wanted to do the surprise play once again into that one. A call out of Rossi makes sense. If you're looking at the extremities, you have the, or should I say the outlaw from King. No cages really went through. He didn't see anybody cross. Demon1's playing close towards B main, doesn't hear anything, so...
MIBR.
But that's the thing.
Has crushed them.
Trying to find him before the refresh of the util, but not this time around. Cortezia's watching that push.
A calm fight here with Verno in mid. They're going to get Artine to come over and help him with King, though, as Calm tries to get one back for the squad. They've traded out so many members of Lev here at the beginning of the round. We're not even on to a minute yet.
Spike down.
Where you got a peek?
Last player
Got
standing.
concussed up hard, still gets the kill, though. Nice retaliation on that Tejo. And it's going to be Tex walking around. MIBR fire back just as hard. Both teams are honestly just on a fuse right now.
Let me see you dance and twirl this time around, Tex, on a 1v4.
Nope. So reset, re-hit, make sure they clear the backside. Oh, Shenum in that spot gets hit by the salvos right away. And they're going to have this wall to work with. A quick flash through. That's going to be King looking for one. He is traded. Very fast flicks coming through on both sides. And oh my word, rack him up for MIBR. Calm's going to get finished in the corner here. And it's going to be a double swing. Little work here from Cortezia.
Towards top fence. We'll hold that thought. There's an attempt to take control towards B main. A push forward as well.
Oh, cover it. They're trying to help out Demon1. It's a scatter. It's chaos here in B main with the salvos trying to be ducked and dodged, and they finally get a few kills through. It does leave Lev worse for wear on that one. And Aspas again with this Marshall still trying to hold up and finish off with some sheriff shots if it does get a tag. The main goal is still B, though.
Hit him for the 101 right in the chest, so Tex has to fall back. So that's no more alert capabilities out for Leviatán. They probably have to regroup at this point, but looks like MIBR potentially wanted to keep fighting. Oh, they're trying to bait it through again. I mean, who cares? He's going to win this fight.
Again, he's so good at this game. All right, pushing around now is Tex doing what he can. 49 HP. Watch out, Arts and Sniper Judge here. They're just going to let him hold it. Oh, we get the Vandal.
The fake towards the B site, the pressure and lurk from A.
Seconds left.
They salvo towards A, try to sell it, but now they try to take it. That positioning right now by Tex is so good. Creeping around, looks like he made it around that trip in site 2.
They have to check towards the E ramp though. Shenum's in a great spot to surprise some players, and there's only 13 seconds left.
Boom.
Spikes down.
2, a third one. The shotgun's not going to happen as he tries to hopscotch around the wall. Demon1 can't make it count, and he knows that Tex is there. It's almost the same problem we saw Leviatán having when they had the op on retake. It slows everything down, but ooh, just on the right.
He's got the timing.
Cortezia saves Aspas as he runs back with the op. Common team are trying to grab position, see if they can figure out where MIBR is going to be coming out of the woodwork here. And Rossi and the squad just drop MIBR left and right. The operator now left in the scope, left looking. And they have found it, but Aspas still hits the shot. They should go down with the spike here.
Fast here as they're trying off the Armageddon to split towards his B site.
Okay. I thought he was shooting blanks for a second. He was even drawing a beautiful picture of someone on the wall. 10-7. We're seeing this round be very aggressive here as teams are trying to equal it out. LEVIATÁN now brings it to 3v3 in the middle of the round. The operator still alive over towards A, and this leaves MIBR in a tough spot at B, but they make the odds a little bit better.
Cameron's watching towards orange, but the cage comes up that may allow Calm to pick this through. And again, it's up to him and Demon One. But even if they try to reset, move back towards the B side, they notice setup, at least for Cortesia, is towards the B side. So if they avoid it and try to go towards A, it's into the op. Very difficult scenario for the last two players of LEVIATÁN. I mean, they got all their bases covered. Even if they walk towards that spawn, MIBR is just counting on this camera to get the info, and there it is. If they push towards that spawn, there's already two players back there for MIBR.
A little ring around the rosy.
Spike planted.
Oh, they split? This is gonna be, oh, I was gonna say that tripwire could really mess him up, but taking out Cortesia real quick here leaves Demon One in a 2v1, and it's Artzine with the 4K.
It's quite smart.
Artzine just on point, even though he takes almost all of his health there, doesn't affect him one bit. Aspas still alive and well. Make sure that lurk from Tex does not have an effect on the map, so this means MIBR can now focus on the rest of the team. Coming into B, hell is exactly where Demon One goes down as Rossi falls quickly after. Eyes on Calm, a flick. There's so many rounds of not being able to get him. Artzine takes down Tex in the chaos. And they trade one back there, but really no movement gained off of that too much. MIBR happy with how this one played out. The lurk into B is going to be huge. What's the call coming in for this Lev team that's trying to get themselves into position? Oh my gosh, Genom from the spot of Artzine last time. They always have somebody deep in that B site, watching main, watching heaven, and Verno drops another one. All these solo kills.
It was a nice try. He tried to TP across, but Verno was already close enough to hear that Demon One crossed over that trip. Was already ready for that pick, but now King is trying to turn it back. Give some sort of retaliation from LEVIATÁN. Rolling Thunder to stop him, and it's up to Calm now to open up the A site.
Last player standing.
Just the indecision there. They wanted to peek together.
5 players up towards the belt, and here's the action.
Sheriffs ghost beat by 3 Sheriffs here for Lev. They want the long range fights. Look at them all up there trying to trade a few shots in with that 55 damage. Not going to tick in just yet.
The action will calm down for a bit. Yeah, they've lost Artzine in the very beginning for MIBR, but at least Shunnum is still up. So if there's a next wave from LEVIATÁN, the Viper Wall could come through. They could delay even more and potentially even cancel out this Recon Dart salvo that Calm and Rossi will try to do.
Oh, almost ahead. Aspas finds another, almost gets the flick. 3v3, but Calm is limping into the site with the spike here. High ground is taken over by MIBR. This wall drops and all hell is going to break loose.
The call from Rossi is, do you want to peek off the wall? And it is.
One enemy remaining.
Great trades, great coverage.
He'll be down to 1 HP. Easy tap. Boop. So to look back at the composition for both
out so they can set up in an anchor spot. But it is the right site choice by Lev.
The good part is that the drone was forced out at belt just to get Aspas away, so they won't be able to use it towards the 410. So they have to move as a group for LEVIATÁN to try to get the plant down.
Oof. Cortesia won't be getting a 3K on this one. He drops first. The rest of MIBR is going to be forced to do the full retake here. And let's see how Lev pushes forward. Calm gets on high ground. Doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to get on that rafter. All right. Cascade in, drop in together, just trying to create chaos and break crosshairs, but all the shots are clicking here for the side of LEVIATÁN on the retake. And they just get the last one to hit there on Shenum. Flasher on the corner. They have one more piece of util. They don't from that side of Calm. Oh my gosh. Just touch and go, touch and go. King finally gets Shenum. They're just asking for fights out in the middle of the site at this point as Rossi's Armageddon drops Cortesia.
Nicely done for Leviatán.
Jeez.
Yeah, Artazine so far just trying to stay alive, protect the op into the next round. Tex lurking through.
He sees a whole slew of people, tries to get away and still runs into Verno in a triple mid stack. And MIBR still limping around here. Aspas looking for one more shot, but he may actually lose the operator real quick to none other than a Comlurk.
Classic com, but the timing's good towards the end. It won both. If anything, yes, they lost Verno, but Aspas may now be able to save his operator, knowing that Lev are closing that gap, so he's just trying to make sure he's staying as safe as possible and watches that single angle, trying to take down Com from that early pick. But overall...
Hunting.
Looks like he should be okay. It's potentially now to walk down and take control of middle. And when Aspas takes this, get ready for the extremities.
You can see the harbor wall here for Aspas towards mid, giving them a little bit more safety. Because now they back off, they don't fully like the situation, and King is already in the face of everyone at A. Lev is moving so quick on these rounds.
The thing is, though, they've gotten map control, but that's it. There's a lockdown, and you also have a reckoning out coming out from the defense. That's going to have to push them all back.
Shenum gets one. Demon One could do a lot of damage here if he's got the right timing as he coming around from mid, but watching insight. Verno now scaling the maze, but he gets taken down by Com. Oh, it goes down into the detained. The shots almost come in from both sides, but everybody's jazz hands at this point for a few more seconds, and we're back to defusing. It's going to be Artazine on the defuse. Colt goes down, and it is pandemonium in sight. Demon One's gone down on that flank, and MIBR start to source out the members needed to get this defuse down. It is at half. The fight continues. And it's going to be Aspas to get that last one. Not enough time after all. And they do finally lose that. Two lurk towards mid. Very powerful group here moving through. They're going to have a back watch and somebody moving into the site.
So good.
Look how close they can get to the pit, too. They just walk right in behind. Oh, the spam is perfect. Somebody's going to drop in. That's Shenum still picking up a kill, but Demon One follows through with the trade, and they have a free site to figure out what they want to do with.
That was just good manipulation of the map there for Leviatán. So much decoys being thrown out in the front of that pit. Up towards middle. And losing that key piece on the defense for MIBR allowed Leviatán to have such a beautiful split. And almost we're seeing Aspas every single round.
Yeah.
Yet.
This is the only time he sees people when they chase him.
Exactly. He's padding some stats with the operator, but getting no real value out of it, and it's not his fault. They're not going against him.
Exactly. That's the thing. Insight for Lev. They go ahead and put the pit down on the lockdown. Armageddon's going to slow down the site take as they want to ensure a safe plant and adjustment into defensive positioning. And post plant. Oh my word. However, looking good so far. 5v4. Can they keep it going? MIBR to stop the bleeding with this round. There's a lot to be done still. Artazine makes a better case for it, though, with another kill. Com's very low on this one. Cortesia. There's one. Demon One finding Artazine in the site.
Last player standing.
They're all so close, but somehow it's taking so long to get the final kill onto Demon One. He is dancing. He is dodging, and MIBR are able to get it. Yeah, that's going to be enough time. That's not a fast ping just yet. Up to half. They are going to give that over to Verno to try and stack.
Again, we talk about these walls that are always available from MIBR, but you got salvos and everything else to try to hit back, and flashes to counter flashes to the walls.
Oh, Artazine takes a very vulnerable position here after being vulnerable himself. They're not going to expect it. Oh, he gets the 3K collide on Common Demon One in the end, and that is going to be a big turnaround. The rotation now to come over 1v1, but it's not going to be enough. Beautifully done here with Lev choosing the lower numbers again, the softer site. They may just get it. Nice delay.
Oh, they're actually using the reckoning for the delay for sure.
Oh. Trade back slows things down. Coming in from screens, the double play here. Verno just with shock darts. They've already used the find for the site. But Artazine does have the walls to kind of get them a little bit of an entry in if they can layer themselves forward.
For Leviatán, they don't have their own wall to walk through. So Aspas is in a good spot to watch the cross.
30 seconds left.
He'll be the first point of contact, and Artazine has to play the hero after if they're able to cross over the first shot that's about to ring.
Rossi just got salvos back. That's going to initiate the window they want to get in. Oh, Verno, eyes high, hits the 410 shot immediately, but Aspas is pushed back as he did not have an angle on anybody during the action. Just everyone bearing down on him. Alert bot to give up his spot here. And he will not be able to buy an operator coming into the next round.
Thankfully, though, for LEVIATÁN, or at least for MIBR, we are playing soft side over towards A. Tex is all the way towards the back under the rafter, and they are trying to tempo up out of this. So there should be a plant coming out here for MIBR, but a triple flank is what's going to be the key component for LEVIATÁN in this round of the pistol.
Okay, Tex. Just right here. Tears a head off in sight as they jump up, I believe, onto that top part. Spikes down. A quick check back before everybody comes through, but that whole lurk is coming back around through mid.
They've kept two players all the way back for MIBR, and MIBR doesn't have the composition to play the pulse plant delay, so LEVIATÁN flooding back. Cortezia has to come up huge with Aspas in here.
All right, displacement goes through. They got to wait for this decay to come back up. All 5 members of Lev in sight, healthy and ready. They have a flash now from King. They need to get a little bit more room. Oh, the teamwork. They're just setting up walls of pistols here to retake, but Aspas and Shenum fire back. Oh my God, Aspas, he does it! 4K for Aspas! Wakes up with the Red Bull clutch. LEVIATÁN an idea that the whole map is going to be used for this half.
Yeah, despite losing 3 players within that previous round, still 3 rifles in the bonus, and it starts off well with this lure from Shenum.
Quick push towards mid. That is not a timing I think anybody expected, and MIBR is working off that cut so fast right now as they quickly get a sight, and it looks like Lev is just going to go ahead and either save these guns or look for the most extreme exits.
Definitely have to save. Look at
mid-round calls were so good for him and the rest of the squad. Hello. Just a quick tap on the shoulder. Oh, beautiful. Nice side steps there.
TP coming through. Already from King to support towards this B side, so it ends up not being the bestest of plays for now, but at least a second TP allows for him to move back when the hit now comes through by MIBR.
Just trying to cover the whole map and be there with the squad. Tex missing the second one, so MIBR now broken the site once again. This is where they become deadly, but LEVIATÁN is trying to hold their ground. They just cannot. How are they not taking out one member at a time?
My God.
That's another high-low double kill coming in for MIBR to wipe the site.
Well, what can you do now when these players are feeling hot for MIBR? You've talked about so many flakes happening through in the past. Yes, a couple in from Tex, but mainly coming out from MIBR in the second half. And Tex already dying in the very beginning. It's just unfortunate. Yes, he gets a nice pick to take down Aspas, but we talked about the delay that he could have had with a nanostorm and alarm bot, and it just didn't give a chance here for LEVIATÁN to answer back as soon as Tex fell down. Now in the pulse plant, it comes down to Demon 1 on the flank.
Wow.
Last player standing.
Just to ensure it.
It'll just come down to Demon 1, and I think that's going to be the decision to save. Fight. And now you're gambling for a push. A silent walk-up on a defense with rifles for LEVIATÁN.
And this is going to be a pivotal round here, 10-8. This is Lev. They're using all that money they have right now. Armageddon comes out. It's going to be a quick kill under pressure coming in. King and Com do get 1, but they trade 2 back, as well as MIBR. Pushing that to 3 kills to take the advantage.
And now there's a big lurk coming out here. They already spot 1. Yeah, the headshot. Ross is low on HP. But if Demon 1 is coming through and cuts across and gets a pick, I mean, the timing is still out for Shenum. We were talking about some great lurks coming out from Cortezia on split. This time is a second rookie flexing in here into this Viper.
He's looking so confident too. Ready to take this on all by himself in spawn. And calm exactly what he sees. Let's see what the trigger or discipline is here.
You got recon dart about to be thrown out here by Verno. That will definitely help Shenum. He's already got the first one and picks the second.
Yep.
Wow. Doing here towards these changes, but we're gonna hold that for a bit. There's no timeouts. We continue with the action. There's an aggressive push coming out from King from the drone of Calm in the very beginning. They are trying to pinch very early, but a double ult coming through. Hunter's here to drop here. The lockdown being used. I mean, it's a plethora of ults on both ends, and it's won this time by MIBR, who will get a safe plant on the A site.
Game point on the other end of this round. 5 members still to come in. It's going to be a little late here from Demon One as they were waiting to see if it was a ruse once again.
And LEVIATÁN forced into this round.
Still find the kills. The backup just isn't there, but Demon One does get there in time. Viper v Viper now. The rookie versus the world champion. Bites down, he's trying to pull this out and just get the fake shots, try to find where the Vandal is outside the smoke. Shenum is in hell. Shenum gets the headshot and takes down Demon One to put MIBR on game point.
And that's gonna...
Working off that A conditioning as they now go B here. Soft sight's gonna be had. It's a little detected by Demon One just on the timing. He's trying to play delay, and they have moved accordingly. Lev is here to defend. This is their best chance here at keeping the game going.
This recon dart could be huge here. He'll get a few pings, but man, it might be our fights.
That's insane. Somebody pulls a trigger and 3 people die on the side of Lev as the action begins. That's how quick MIBR is trading each other, swinging together, and just playing off one another here. That's going to be Tex and King trying to get back 2 Guardians to save the day.
Doing all of this without flashes as well. So there are protocols to come through from MIBR to try to get the best value out of trades. And yeah. The chances are looking very thin for the last 2 players of LEVIATÁN and for the roster as a whole.
Pinged on that too. Nothing working in their favor here. Nice shock dart though. Tex takes a little bit of damage on that one.